Yes, it is another beautiful Monday morning. Welcome to today's edition of Newspapers Today on OSBC TV. My name is Oluchi Amuda. Yes, I'm starting today's review from the front page of the first news. And the first news is leading with this story. Ajib NIN purchase. Democracy in Nigeria, now government of Tinubu, by Tinubu, for Tinubu, Atiku. That is the story making the better headlines. On the front page of the first news, it says Ajib/AENI purchase. Democracy in Nigeria, now government of Tinubu, by Tinubu, for Tinubu, credited to former Vice President Atiku Abubakar. He asked FG to explain Oando's accelerated approval in Ajib NIN purchase. Still on the front page of the first news. Syrup to governors. BK disclosed full details of Chinese loans, debt agreement. 2 police officers killed, 3 injured in Abuja Shiite attack. Drag bars. Vietnamese-bound businessman excretes 68 wraps of cocaine at Lagos airport. Grace of God brought me to power, will keep me. Fubara. Nollywood mourns as actress Sharon Okweme dies after childbirth. And below the picture story, Jigawa flood disaster. Death toll rises to 33, over 50,000 affected. After murdering monarch, bandits kidnap over 150 in Sokoto community. These are some of the stories on the front page of the first news this Monday morning. All right, let's move to the Matrix newspaper. The Matrix is leading with this story. Nigeria's economic security challenges. Okonjo-Iweala bears it all. That is the story on the front page of the Matrix newspaper, and it comes with these riders. Insecurity has been weaponized by politicians for political gains. Policies consistency needed to lead Nigeria to progress. Organized crude oil theft undermines economic financial health of Nigeria. Don't use CBN as fiscal agent. Printing of naira beyond agreed ways and means limit can fuel inflation. Still on the front page of the Matrix newspaper, above the maths edge, we have this. Atiku questions FG's quick approval of Wando's $783 acquisition of Ajib. Still on the front page of the Matrix newspaper, SEC lists official websites for e-dividend portal access. Dangote Otedola Elumelu to head FG's Malaria Council. Resident doctors begin nationwide strike today. FG to provide 3 billion naira to 36 states. FCT to cushion flooding cases. Syrup calls on 36 governors. WK to open up on loans from China. Dictatorship allegation. Tinubu fires back. Says we will continue to promote rule of law, tolerate dissenting voices within the ambit of law. Kirikiri was a vacation, Bobrisky. These stories are on the front page of the Matrix newspaper. All right, let's have a look at what the Daily Independent has for us this Monday morning. The Daily Independent is leading with this story. Battle for 130-year-old First Bank may impact its fortunes. Investors. That is the story making the better headlines on the front page of the Daily Independent, and it comes with these riders. Boardroom squabbles threatens 350 billion naira recapitalization plan. Shareholders ask parties to shift toward the file on CBN's rules. Still on the front page of the Daily Independent, above the masthead, debt burden may impede Nigeria's drive to economic recovery. Okonjo-Iweala wants FG to keep public debt within sensible limits. More troubles for telcos, ISPs, as Starlink deepens operations in Nigeria. IGP hands over 20 rescued medical students to their VCs. PDP crisis, Buttigieg urges gladiators to drop personal ambitions. Sirap asks governors to disclose details of Chinese loans liabilities. Student loan scheme is for all. No one is excluded. Presidency assures. Catholic bishops call for return to regional system of government. These stories are on the front page of the Daily Independent. Next is the New Telegraph. The New Telegraph is leading with this story. Stop looting our national treasury, Okonjo-Iweala tells political office holders. Others. That is the story making the banner headlines on the front page of the New Telegraph newspaper. And it comes with the riders, says lack of policy consistency, reason Nigeria hasn't progressed as it should. Still on the front page of the New Telegraph, Shiites killed 2 policemen, injured 3 FCT command. Economic reports, CBN puts value of non-oil exports at $1.63 billion. Minimum wage, shipping firms said to pay workers 200,000 naira. Still on the front page of the New Telegraph, we have these stories. IGP hands over rescued medical students to VCs. Sirap wants governors Wike to disclose details of Chinese loans, liabilities, repayment plans, orders. Our agenda for new CJN by lawyers. 2027 poster game, denial, suspicion as gladiators, others test political waters ahead of presidential polls. State of the nation worrisome, Catholic bishops. These are some of the stories on the front page of the New Telegraph newspaper this Monday morning. An export of call is the Nigerian News Direct. And the Nigerian News Direct is leading with this story. You are adopting sham subsidy regime to fund your 2027 ambitions. Atiku to FG. Urges FG to approve Shell Renaissance Nobel separate deal. Abeokuta to Lagos Road. Dapo Abiodun assures residents of completion in 18 months. April's fiscal report reveals widening deficit plummeting consumer credit. CBN. Power crisis. Nigerian students decry power outages as soaring electricity bills cripple academic activities. Enugu government uncovers 2,640 ghost pensioners. Clears backlog of over 7,000 pensioners. Abuja. 2 police officers killed, 3 stabbed in Shiite attack. These are some of the stories on the front page of the Nigerian News Direct. All right, next is The Guardian. The Guardian newspaper is leading with this story. Forex execution hitches threaten food waiver policy as farmers kick. That is the story making the banner headlines on the front page of the Guardian newspaper this morning. The unholy secrecy of National Assembly members' pay package. That is a feature stories there. And still on the front page of the Guardian newspaper, 2 killed in Abuja Shiite police clash. Bandits kidnapped 150 in Sokoto. Sirap asks governors Wike to disclose details of Chinese loans. Atiku chides Tinubu over citizens' rights violation. Okonjo-Iweala asks politicians to stop weaponizing insecurity. Again, terrorist strike in Kaduna, kidnap district head, 6 others. Enugu uncovers 2,640 ghost pensioners, begins payment of council pensions. Tunisian president reshuffles cabinet, replaces 19 ministers ahead of elections. These are some of the stories that made it to the front page of the Guardian newspaper this Monday morning. Next on our lineup is the Nigerian Tribune. The Nigerian Tribune is leading with this story. End bad governance protest. Court freezes 32 bank accounts. That is the story making the banner headlines on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune. We have other stories as well. 2 police officers killed at shared police clash in Abuja. Ondo to host biggest entrepreneurship festival in Africa. Event to attract over 200 investors. Tinubu should act on calls for new constitution. Anyoku. Terrorism. FG resumes trials of 300 suspects. And above the masthead, malaria. FG picks Dangote or Tedola Elumelu to drive efforts to end scourge. These stories are on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune. Let's quickly take a look at what the Vanguard has for us this morning. The Vanguard newspaper is laden with this story. Executive order on medicaments. FG to implement 2 months. Yet to implement 2 months after. That is the story on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper. We have other stories as well. Court freezes 32 accounts linked to end bad governance protests. FG moves to eliminate malaria picks Dangote or Tedola Elumelu to drive effort. Catholic bishops canvass regional government asking Tinubu to fight hunger. Nigerians hope for lower cement price dims. These stories are on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper. Next is the Daily Times. The Daily Times is laden with this story. Nigeria sitting on ticking time bomb. Catholic bishops. And there is a story making the banner headlines on the front page of the Daily Times newspaper. Safe future of Nigeria depend on how challenges bedeviling her are tackled. Business optimism hits new low in July amid rising economic concerns. Credited to the Central Bank of Nigeria. Tinubu should act on calls for new constitution. Anyoku. End bad governance protests. Court freezes 32 individuals, companies, bank accounts. Tinubu pledges to promote rule of law, tolerates dissenting voices. And below the picture, yes, the picture story is there of the flood that have continued to ravage many parts of the north. Buildings have been submerged, lives have been lost, and properties also. Yes, we can see the picture of the flood there. And below the picture story, we have this article to FG. Explain why Orlando got accelerated approval in Ajib any purchase. Slam Tinubu over subsidy scam. Rights abuse. Demand release of detained whistleblower. Bristol Terminoberi. We are yet to receive FG's rights. Citizens in Kaduna, Kano, Katsina lament. These stories are on the front page of the Daily Times. All right, next is the Abuja Inquirer. And it's laden with this story. Bloody Sunday in Abuja. That is the story making the banner headlines on the front page of the Abuja Inquirer. It says, Bloody Sunday in Abuja. 2 police officers killed, 3 seriously injured. Several Shiites unaccounted for. Patrol vans set ablaze. Residents in uneasy calm. That is the story making the banner headlines on the front page of the Abuja Inquirer. Yes, we can see the picture stories there of those that were injured, those that were killed, and the vehicle that was set ablaze. Article alleges fraud in Orlando's $783 million takeover of Ajib NA. These stories are on the front page of the Abuja Inquirer. Next is the Daily Sun. The Daily Sun is laden with this story. Catholic bishops warn of more youth protests. That is the story making the banner headlines on the front page of the Daily Sun newspaper. Say country sitting on ticking time bomb. Malaria, FG picks Dangote or Tedola Elumelu in efforts to end scourge. End bad governance. Court freezes 32 individual firms' bank accounts. College dissociates self from Abia APC spokesman outburst. Manufacturers abandon grid electricity as FD cries out over 5,155 megawatt unutilized power. 2 cops killed, vehicles burned as police Shiites clash in Abuja. Islamic sect claims police killed several of its members during peaceful procession. Enugu uncovers 2,640 ghost deceased pensioners on payroll. These stories are on the front page of the Daily Sun. And the Sporting Sun is next. The Sporting Sun says Osun demands £500,000 weekly to join Chelsea. Tickets sold out ahead of Joshua Du Bois fight. Lukaku seals permanent exit from Chelsea. Haaland matches Rooney's record. Napoli agrees deal with Man United for McTominay. Cena sacks trainer. Physio over doping row. These are some of the stories on the front page of the Sporting Sun. Moving on to the Leadership newspaper. The Leadership is laden with this story. 18 years after 49.6 billion naira National Library project in a shambles. That is the story making the banner headlines on the front page of the Leadership newspaper. Students, stakeholders seek urgent action. We will complete it by 2025. FG. Shiites attack policemen in Abuja, kill 2, injure 3. Tribute as Ningi Emir dies after 46 years on throne. Dangote Otedola Elumelu to drive FG's malaria initiative. Nav strikes kill several terrorists in Kaduna, Zamfara. Ministry approves 200,000 naira minimum wage for shipping sector workers. IGP receives rescued 20 medical students, 7 others. Catholic bishop sacks president on economic reforms. These stories are on the front page of the Leadership newspaper. Next is This Day. This Day newspaper is next and is laden with this story. At NBA conference, Tinubu vows to protect rule of law, tolerate dissenting voices. Okonjo-Iweala expresses concern about slow pace of Nigeria's development. Lagos has more women in judiciary than any other state, says Sanwo-Olu. FG moves to eliminate malaria, taps Dangote Otedola Elumelu to drive effort to end scourge. Fuel scarcity persists in Lagos, orders. These are some of the stories on the front page of This Day newspaper. Next is The Nation. The Nation newspaper is laden with this story. 2 policemen killed during clash with Islamic group in FCT. That is the story making the banner headlines on the front page of The Nation newspaper this Monday morning. 3 policemen critically injured, 3 patrol vans touched, 52 El Zakizaki's men arrested. Court freezes 32 accounts of individuals' firms linked to end bad governance protests. Okonjo-Iweala canvasses economic policy consistency. $115 million on the port terminal ready for inauguration. Dangote Otedola Elumelu back federal government's moves to eliminate Nigeria. SEC to deploy technology in eradicating unclaimed dividends. These stories are on the front page of the Nation newspaper. Yes, next is the Daily Trust. And the Daily Trust is laden with this story. Days after killing Emir, bandits abduct over 150 in Gobel. That is the story making the banner headlines on the front page of the Daily Trust. Yes, we have other stories. 2 cops traders killed as police Shiites clash in Abuja again. IG hands over 20 rescued medical students to VCs. Tinubu orders mourn as Emir of Ningi buried amidst tears. Court freezes 32 bank accounts linked to end bad governance protests. These are some of the stories on the front page of the Daily Trust. And the last but not the least is the Point newspaper. The Point is leading with this story. 1 year after inauguration, meet the performers laggards in Tinubu's cabinet. That is the story on the front page of the Point newspaper. Nigerians rate 70% below average, seek urgent cabinet rejig. Investors' confidence grow in FIC market as turnover hits 30.63 trillion naira in July. Herbalist flogs boy to death while healing him of insanity. Let those who want to destabilize Nigeria stop so we can make progress. NBF President Pogo. Fresh plot to remove Damago, loss of public trust, deepen PDP crisis. These are some of the stories on the front page of the Point newspaper this Monday morning. And this is where we're going to be calling it a day on today's edition of Newspapers Today on OSBC TV. On behalf of the producer, Oluwatoyin Yusuf, and the production advisor, Motunrayo Ayedayo. My name is Oluchi, wishing you a wonderful day ahead.